Hey guys, Henry here, and today we're going to be talking about the film Military Wives, what I thought of the film, and whether I think it's worth a watch. So, full disclaimer, I actually did not know what this movie was about when I bought the tickets. All I knew was the name of the movie, Military Wives, and I saw the poster. So when I went to this movie, I didn't really know what to expect. When the movie started, I was like, oh yeah, this film seems like a movie called Military Wives. It's a British comedy drama about the partners of the soldiers that went over to Afghanistan and talks about their experiences having to raise children without their partners and just dealing with their partner's absence for extended periods of time, as well as the constant fear of potentially losing them. And I thought, wow, this is actually pretty interesting. It's not something that we really think about or really consider, or it's not something that's in the mainstream media to be considering the partners of the soldiers and what they're actually going through. Usually, it's 90% of the soldier's experience and 10% of a phone call he has back with his family. So we don't actually follow what the family feels and the fear they have when their partners are gone. And then this movie just went in a direction that I did not expect at all. It just became the British mum version of Pitch Perfect. So essentially, in an attempt to distract themselves, these women decide to form a choir. And this movie is held together by two main characters, one called Lisa, played by Sharon Horgan, and the other called Kate, played by Kristin Scott Thomas. It's about this relationship, or this clash of relationship between these two women, having two very different ideas of what it means to lead, two very different approaches as to how to inspire these women. Lisa is more relaxed, she's chill, she just wants to drink wine and hang out with all the wives and be friendly with all the wives, whereas Kate sees her role as more of a leadership position where she wants to do things more old school. She wants people to fall in line and do things as she says. So she's a bit of a tight ass and a bit of a stickler, and I guess people don't really like that. But at the same time, people didn't really respect Lisa. So there's two, separate schools of thought here, and sort of seeing which one wins out. And obviously, it's a combination of the two is what the film is getting at. So yeah, now this movie's gone off in a completely different direction to what I expected. And I was just thinking, no. Like, honestly, I was pretty interested and invested to see what this film could really explore in terms of, the anxiety, the fear that these women feel, really digging deep into that feeling of isolation and that genuine feeling of fear that every time someone knocks on the door, it could be literally the worst news. But no, this movie went in this sing-along direction. And honestly, by the end of the movie, they were actually quite successfully able to blend all these elements together with this sing-along thing. There was comedic elements, there was really serious tones and heartfelt moments. They were able to blend it in with this sing-along vibe, and it actually worked out pretty well. And I must admit, I found it pretty enjoyable. It was only after the movie that I found out that this film was actually inspired by a choir called the Military Wives Choir, who actually made it pretty big in the UK a couple years ago, and they actually topped the UK charts. But the way that the film sort of told the story and the way that the events unfolded, there is no way that they sticked really close to the source material on this one, because the way that things happened was so cheesy and corny and albeit predictable, that there's just no way that that's how it happened in real life. So yeah, this film was really sweet. It was really heartfelt. It was funny for what it was. I really enjoy the dry humor and the one-upsmanship between Lisa and Kate, and their passive-aggressive jabs at each other. Well, some of them were honestly laugh-out-loud hilarious. They were really subtle, but absolutely hilarious. At the same time, though, this film is a bit rough. The character development and the personalities of the characters was a bit shaky. I felt like the characters were a little bit bipolar. In one scene, they were feeling this way, and in the next scene, they were feeling the complete other way. And they were acting sort of out of line with what you thought their character was at that moment in time. Overall, there was, this character arc that did happen for Lisa and Kate. Obviously, them both growing to appreciate each other. So that arc was consistent. But scene to scene, the characters just didn't quite seem to have a logical leap. They sort of just went one way and then another way, and then it just was quite jarring. Essentially, like I said before, this movie is like the British mum version of Pitch Perfect. It's fun, The songs are enjoyable. It's a really feel-good type of film. They've got funny moments and they've got heartfelt moments. And although the movie didn't do a great job of balancing the comedic elements and the heartfelt moments, they were there. They were decent. They had two pretty strong leads. I mean, I'm pretty sure if they didn't have these leads, then this movie would be an absolute train wreck. So, is this movie worth a watch? Honestly, probably not. It's definitely not a movie I'd be rushing to the cinema to watch. It could be something you'd want to watch if, you've heard about the Military Wives Choir and you're interested to see, sort of like a spin or a take on what actually happened. Could be interesting. But other than that, it's not a bad movie by any means. I quite enjoyed it, but it's not a movie that I'd be rewatching or be raving to people about. It's just a good, solid comedy. I mean, if it came on TV, you'd watch it for a little bit and then probably just switch it off. It's not something that, it comes on TV and you need to keep watching to the end. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button and comment down below. If you want to see more content from me, please be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.